Mrs. Always Right channel and Mr. Right channel, and how is everybody doing? So let me turn on my happy mood lights. This light is nice and calming. So, and thank you everybody for supporting this channel, and this is a moment of appreciation, a moment I always come here to appreciate God's love and God's guardians in this channel. So if you are new to this channel, thank you for visiting this channel, and also thank you to all my amazing subscribers, anybody that is watching this channel. And don't forget that this channel is dedicated to God Almighty, and you could see how great it is when you put your hope in God, and when you have believed that God will do excessively more than what you want. So this channel is mainly for us to praise God, is dedicated to God Almighty, so that we can share our inspiring story, our motivational story, our story of encouragement, so that people can learn from us. So I'm using this opportunity to say a very thank you to God Almighty for His unconditional love, for everything He has done for us in this channel and all over the world, for helping other people, for supporting anybody that we don't know about, but God is using this channel to bless everybody. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So for now, I just want to talk about certain things in life, a lot of things that we can do or we cannot do, but it all depends on our ability and how we can cope. So that is why we say we have to take care of what we can do and leave the rest for God to continue. So we have to talk about stories of hope, and stories of faith, and stories of being patient, and stories of trust. So there's a lot of things that we're going to do. So what we're going to talk about is that we don't need to respond. We don't need to respond to anything that we know that can destroy our peace. Your own peace and my own peace are very important to us. That is why we should not respond to everything that people are doing purposely to destroy our peace. And that is why we are always going to be careful on how we respond to things that we cannot understand. So the best thing is to, how will I say it, just look. If it's not important, just move on and don't let it affect you. So there's a little way we can do it. We hand it over to God with hope that God is going to respond and deal with the matter, because we cannot actually be able to deal with the matter. So we need to stop explaining ourselves to people who are committed to misunderstanding us, because some people purposely not going to understand you, and then they can put their own words, they can phrase it in any way and use it to put you in a situation that you cannot come out from it. So we got to stop telling people what is going on in our life, because they will never understand you. They will only understand your own faults, anything bad about you. But the good things about you, they will never understand it. So it's time for you or me to stop responding to people who can't who can only speak about your past, not because they have relevance in your presence. They only know about your past, something that God has already asked us to move on in our life. Some people will carry on using that against us. They don't want to talk about your presence condition. They don't want to talk about anything in the presence. They are always talking about the past. They're only talking about the past. So we got to move on with such people. We don't deal with them anymore. And also, if they keep visiting the place you used to live, and they want to drag you down to those conversations, you better leave them alone, because their relevance in your life depends on your stagnation, and also why they are opposed to your growth. So they're only talking about what you have already passed through, but they're not talking about your growth, your development in anything. So we got to leave those people behind while we are moving forward. So you are not only being proud, and you didn't forget where you came from. You just realize that you can't fit there anymore. Yes, because when you think that where you are coming from or where you came from doesn't give you any sound mind, any positive vibes, or any positive energy, it sucks you and it drags you down. You have to move forward because you were not fit into that place. So you are cutting ties with those who only speak to your past, because you are not headed their own way, headed that way. So you are connecting only with those who speak to your future, because that is where you are going. So when you see people picking on you, trying to bring something that has passed, trying to bring you to the thing that you have gone and left behind, know that those people are purposely looking for your downfall. That is why we should not. So that is why we should be careful not to follow people, not to let people drag us to our past. And also sometimes deciding who you are to start with, deciding who you will never be again. So we have to make decision on how and what we're going to start with in our life. Don't go back to who or what you were before, and whatever happens to you, you have to start to be the person that is in you now, the real you now. So your change will also disturb those who you leave behind. Yes, your change will also disturb them, because they're not going to follow you. And when they try to drag you back, they are not going to succeed. So it's going to affect them in a way that cause a lot of distress for them, because you have gone far. You are going forward, not coming backward. So they will be lost of your company, but you will find other travelers on the new journey you take, because the old journey you can't take them with you. So you have to leave them behind, and they will be lost, and all you want to do is to go with the new people you're going with in a new journey. So whenever you feel tempted to give up and fall back, just remember why you started the journey to begin with. You have to be, don't get fed up. You have to remember how you start the journey with it. And you shifted because you could not fit the place anymore. Where you were coming from, you cannot fit it anymore because of certain toxic people and situation around there. That is why you have to make a shift. When they say make a move right now, so you have to make a move as much as you can, keep going. Yes, because that place you couldn't fit in anymore. And even if you went back there, you wouldn't fit in. Yes, it's a place that gave you a lot of stress and worries. So you will never fit in into that place anymore. So let us keep on trying our best to fit in our new journey where we're going. So, and also, while you are on that journey, don't bother about anything people talk about you. Don't worry about anything people talk about you. It doesn't matter what they say. It is not important to you. You don't need to take it to be important because it's not important to you anymore. Whatever they are talking, they're just talking behind your back. It's not more important to you anymore. So we got to keep on going. Keep on going. Whatever they are talking, I said it's not important anymore, because if you listen, that is when it is important. Or you might just listen for reference sake, but don't take it personal because it doesn't affect you anymore. And also focus on where you are and where you are trying to be. Everything else is irrelevant. It's totally not relevant. So anything we are doing now, we got to focus very well in our future. So people don't understand what you want. People don't know what you have been through in this world. If they wanted to know, they would ask. If they didn't ask, it probably means they don't care about you. They don't care about you. That is why they cannot ask and they don't care about you. So whatever people are talking against you is not relevant because it doesn't make any sense. So these are the people who won't be in your life for that long anyway. The funny thing is the narrative will change. When you get to where you want to be, the narrative will change. But you can't get to where you want to be if you let the irrelevant options affect you. So keep focusing on yourself and doing what you know is best for you. Everything else will align after. So we got to keep moving and keep ignoring. Yes. So we're going to talk about what is real confidence, because it is important in our life. So real confidence is that you don't seek approval from others, because once you seek approval from others, that is when you will go back to the old place. So this topic is all about not going back to where people were talking trash about you or making you feel unwanted or putting you down. You can never go back to that. So with your good self-confidence, you don't need to seek approval from wherever you were. No need for you to seek approval. And also, real confidence is that you smile only when it really means. Yes, I can understand how much people are so, how can I say it, very, very rude to expect people to smile with them every minute. And that is not part of your own responsibility to keep smiling on people when it's not required, because sometimes people just take a mickey out of it. So it's only when it is necessary. Yes, you can give other people a smile when it is necessary. And also, real confidence is that you are not afraid to be silenced. Yes, you cannot be afraid. You have to be silent when it's required, because some people expect you to keep on talking about things. And when you talk, they put words against, and they twist your words around, and they make it up as they go. So when you ignore them or you don't talk to them, it's still a problem, because they will still use it against you. So you shouldn't be afraid when you want to keep silence. That doesn't mean that you are blanking people or you are not talking to them. But it is only when it's required. You want to talk, you can talk. And also, real confidence is that you don't shift responsibility. We are all responsibility. We are all have responsibility about how we live our life. It is not your responsibility to go and make other people happy or take care of all their needs. They have their own responsibility and accountability for anything people are doing. It is not your own responsibility as well. Real confidence is that you don't flatter. You don't flatter. Real confidence is that you always love yourself first. Because if you don't love yourself, you cannot love or do anything for others. Take yourself important first. Because if you cannot do things for yourself, you cannot also do things for others. So we got to make sure we put ourselves first. We love ourselves, we care, like self-caring. Yes. Take care of your needs, take care of whatever is that you need to do first before you start worrying about other people. It's good to worry about other people. And also, we put God first as well in our life. And also, real confidence is that you aren't going, or you aren't be afraid to show your weakness. Sometimes we might be very strong, sometimes we might be weak. So when you know that something is affecting you, you got to be sure. You got to show it. Don't hide your weakness. Don't hide anything that you cannot cope with, because that is going to cause you a lot of problem in future. So real confidence is that you know who you are and what you want. You know who you are and what you want. If something does not tally, does not make anything good in our life, you should know how to avoid it, and you know how to do it, and who you want to be. It's not somebody else's responsibility to do whatever you want to do. It is your own responsibility to be who you want to be. Also, real confidence is that you don't judge others. You cannot judge others so that they will not judge you as well. And also, real confidence is that you aren't afraid to fail. Yes, people think that when somebody fails or something happened to somebody once, that is the end of their life. No, that is just the beginning of their success, because that is where they pick themselves up, dust it, and become more better than, and learn a lot of lessons. So that is when you know that real confidence has a lot to do in our life. And also, while we are trying to do a lot in our life, the only thing we have to do is to find joy in every day moments. Every little moment in our life, we have to find joy. And where do we find joy? We find joy through Christ. Christ is the only person that can give us joy, can give us happiness, can give us hope, can give us a lot of things in life. That is why we have to find joy in God. So happiness is hidden in life's little moments. A smile, a sunrise or your morning coffee can brighten your day. So we have to slow down and notice them. Joy is found in the details, appreciated when you appreciate small things. So sometimes people are so unhappy with nothing because they think that they should have it all. But if you look up to God and you see that God has given you enough, even though it is tiny, that is when you will show appreciation. And when you show appreciation, you will be happy. You will be happy. And once you show appreciation, happiness will be your own reward. Because God is going to give you more than you expected. So we got to be happy in the Lord by showing appreciation. And that will boost our body. Anything that controls happiness in our system, it will boost it up. So joy is found in details. Appreciate the little things in life. If you appreciate the little things in life, you will find joy. So enjoying pleasures transform your days. Gratitude makes ordinary moments and special. Focus on what you have, not what you are missing. So small blessings from God can bring big joy. Because for me, anything, whether it is small or big, no matter how much, I know that it is free gift from God and it's going to last forever. That is the best way for me to appreciate, by thanking God and always be grateful. Because if you are not grateful, it's not going to work as well. So once you are grateful, God will double it for you. God will double it and double it for you. So we should always have this mind to be grateful. To every little thing we have from God, we should enjoy it. And also, each day holds small joys to discover. Laughter, nature, or a kind word can lift your spirit. Don't wait for perfect moment. Don't ever wait for perfect moment as well. Enjoy the present moment. Joy is always around. So you have to look out for it in the simple things. Yes. Sometimes, if you look at some of the trees in the bush or in the woods, some people will expect the dead tree to fall and, you understand, to wither and just go. But sometimes it's not that big dead tree that will fall. We could see a brand new, a fresh tree, and it just fell and be uprooted. So it's not everything that we expect in this world that we will see coming to us. So we got to be very, very vigilant in what we are doing. And also finding joy in a small moment eases tough times. Yes, a small moment of time we find joy. It is the tough time that we did not have it. Even challenges hold reasons to smile. Sometimes for me, when I see a lot of challenges, instead of me to cry, I will laugh over it and even make me stronger. Because the more I cry over it, it weakens me. But when I have a big laugh over the problems I'm facing, it just goes. Everything becomes, my happy mood start coming back again. Because once you bottle in all those bad moments in your life, it is dragging you down more and more. So a grateful heart sees beauty in everything. So we have to choose to focus on good. Joy is yours to find. Joy is yours to find. It's you that will find joy in your life. Nobody will go and find it for you. It is your own responsibility to find joy in your life. And also, you have to celebrate the treasure life small moment. You have to, any small things that happens to you, you have to thank God for it, because it is a treasure for you. Any moment of good news, anything you see, it is joy for you to celebrate it. Happiness isn't far away. It is in your everyday. So you have to look closely and you see it. So let the little things bring you peace. Start now and live with joy, because some people choose to be whinging and talking about bad things in their life. They wake up every morning, they whinge about things. They go to bed, they whinge about things. So we got to be focused and try not to worry about things that it's not we some we don't really need to worry about, because it will trigger you to be unhappy. So look for the things that triggers you not to be happy and avoid doing it. Look for the things that encourage you to be happy. So sometimes people are only sad because they lowered their own standard and still did not work out. So when you lower your standard to listen to people that are trying to bring you down, that is when unhappiness will start in your life. Yes. So when you let down by someone you shouldn't have been to begin with, it hurts differently. So we have to know our standard. So when you defend someone and they still turn out to be everyone else what they said, you have to be careful about things, because it will sting you as well. So when you go out of your way to accommodate people but they still don't return the kindness, it also hurts you. So we got to be careful on how we appreciate when we do things to people, because those are the things that can bring you unhappiness. Avoid overdoing things. Yes, this year we got to stop it. So if there is a lesson you should learn early in life, it is to stay true to your own standard. Yes, because sometimes people can bring you down to their own standard. The people who cannot meet up with your standard, they will be the people who will talk against you, so that you will go down to their own level and just be the same with them. So when you see such things, if you see the sign and you try all means to resolve that thing, the problem that is around that things, and you cannot cope with it, this is when you have to make up your mind to raise yourself up from the standard that those people want to put you, and move on, because there's a lot of potential life ahead of us than to get stuck in a place that is giving you problem. So you have to learn that in life it is to stay true to your own standard. When you compromise, you will always end up with complications rather than connection. So when you see that things are getting out of control and you cannot take it anymore, you need to go and find somewhere for reconnection to other people, and you'll get into place you need to manage, rather than being energized to grow and fly as you hope. So you'll be tied down and forced to place more. So whenever you step down, don't be worried. You are going to be uplifted. And also use this opportunity to always think about people who want to act crazy or out of character because they have created a narrative about you that you need to confirm. So there's a lot of people that create narrative, bad information about you. You don't need to prove them right, because they have their reasons to do that. So when you see situation like that, you need to move out of that situation. If you notice people that provoking you deliberately and pushing your buttons, they push your buttons like this. Look, they try to push you and push your buttons to trigger you so that they will have something to say about you and use it against you. So if you notice someone or people provoking you deliberately and pushing your buttons, know that they are setting you up to validate what they told people about you. Yes. So they've talked about you several times and there's nobody interested. Now they're going to press a button, trigger you to do something so that they can have enough evidence for you, for them to validate whatever they say about you. Yes. So you can always tell when someone has talked about you behind your back. Yes, you can see their body language. They say and do things that look rehearsed or planned. Yes, there's a lot of people I've seen. They have to plan, they have to rehearse, and then they have to take it into action. So those are the people we have to be careful. They're usually framing you as crazy or mentally unstable so that they can justify treating you badly. So we have those people around. So when you see people in that way, you got to be careful because they are not really the kind of people you should stay with or do things with. Even to work with them or do things, you got to be careful. The fact that you are strong mentally independent, you are a strong mentally independent person is an obstacle to you. Yes, because I have seen it by myself. I've seen it a lot of times. When people see how much you are strong, how much you can cope in your life, they're going to try to bring you down and twist things around to make sure you will go back or you'll be like them. So that is why that is an obstacle to them. When they see you mentally strong and totally independent, that is an obstacle. That is like you are challenging them. They need you to be stressed and mentally sick. Thank goodness for that, because if you see things like that, people want you to join with their things that is disturbing them. So if they cannot see you into that group, they will trigger something for you to be mentally ill or mentally stressed so that you can always be like them. Why wouldn't they leave you alone? You wonder. Because they need you as beasts of burdens. So they want you to lift them economically and socially, while at the same time they reduce you to a voiceless person. So if you people should take care of this information I'm saying, because it is really, really fact. Because I've seen a lot of things happening in this world. People who are the ones who cannot do or who will never do anything. And when they see people who can do it or who are strong, they are the ones who change the story around and put it on other people. So if they can't stop you from making money, they will dig you into money pit. They will give you into a huge debt and on heavy responsibility. So they can start a business just so you can work under them. They can also quit their jobs to destroy it just so you carry all the burden at home. So they will usually resume working, but without you knowing anything about their income. So you have to be careful. Staying with a narcissist or working with a narcissist is the closest thing to being with the devil. If you see your workplace or anything with a narcissist who turn things around for their own good, you got to be careful. Once you realize that you are dealing with a person who is doing everything to ruin your name and take away your pride, your dignity, you must leave that person or that place. If it's no longer about good relationship at work, even if a job from that point. It is about saving yourself from being driven into depression, stress, related illness, and premature something that we did not expect. So this is how I'm going to end this video, because when things happen, we got to take care of our life first. We got to be there for ourselves. You can also take care of other people, but take care of yourself first. Take care of your feelings first, because what I'm saying is true life experience. You could see people who are doing the bad things are the ones who are complaining about other people doing it. So in this world, when you see any sign that is persistently or consistently showing that people are trying to drag you down to zero level, you have to raise your standard by not falling into their trap. You got to act wisely and also live your life the way you feel and the way God designed for you, because nobody can change it for you. It is your mindset. And also remember to be careful who you talk about your private life to. Be careful who you trust. Be careful who you run to when there's a problem, because the only solution to our problem is handing it over to God. No matter where and how hard it is, hand your problems to God, because God cares about us. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Mr. Right channel or Mrs. Always Right channel. So we got to always remember that in everything we have to give thanks to God, for it is the will of God. There's nothing that is hidden in the eyes of God. Sometimes our mess in life give us a good message. Our trial in life give us triumph and success. So we got to know that anything happens to us in this world, it is by the grace of God. So keep on moving, keep on trying, and keep on focusing. Don't always get fed up with things. Instead of you getting fed up, you have to change your games, the way you play your games, and then you see how you will do. So it's better for you to be inspired and motivated rather than listening to negative vibes. So we need positive energy and positive vibes in our life to keep moving. So thank you everybody for watching, and God bless you. Take care and bye.